high straight thing.
Survive 5.
Hall of Famer Tito Santana, hoping to give. Hello,
Hey guys,
Hello there, my very good friends, ATB and Tan, till 5.
Wedding my jeans, bro.
Hello, folks. It's Till 5 Wrestling, and Tan has an important announcement after his actions last night.
So tonight, as I showed you, I can walk off my own show if I feel like it, and you'll notice later on when we announce some of the guests that Joe Monroe is not here tonight. Because this is Joe Monroe.
I thought this was Mark Monroe.
This is Mark Monroe too. It's symbolic.
Okay, it's symbolic.
It's symbolic, of course. And that is Joe Monroe. So that's where he is. So we can consult Joe sometimes if we want. I bet this thing has more personality.
We can consult Joe's tag team partner, Professor Bear.
That's right. And he's here.
That's right. We've got our usual friends, Danny and Juicebox from the Sharpshooters. And we've got Amy with a surprise tag team partner, T-Weave, I believe.
That's
there
right.
There you go.
There we are, folks. We're all 6 here and ready to go. So
Let's do it.
Let's start off with that Cookville bracket.
That's right. Let's go ahead and start it off. See who we've got here.
There it is.
Ridiculous.
And
a lot of great tag teams.
Oh, tons of great tag teams.
And Booker T and Goldust.
We'll go ahead and write them down.
You want to show that Oak Ridge bracket for everybody? There's the Oak Ridge bracket with the other teams.
Of course, FTR is the team at the top if you can't see that.
Yes. I do want to give this moment for Danny to have a wedding present.
So
Danny gets to pick between Stenerico and the Undisputed Era because there was an accident in tallying the votes by me.
Yeah.
And we're left with both of those teams. So I was like, you know what? I'll at least go ahead and leave it. We let the fans vote. We said 2 of them will go on. Danny gets to be the one to decide who's advancing.
Sorry, fans. Not my fault. That's all on them.
I mean, it kind of is your fault now, right? Because you're the one.
That will be, yeah, and that's not fair. But I was trying to figure out between both teams. So I like them both, but I had to go with the team I knew better, unfortunately. And I wasn't watching the Independents as much. So I'm gonna go with Undisputed Era / Red Dragon, however you'd like to call them.
Let's go.
There we go.
Finally, Red Dragon is in the bracket. I've been begging since day one.
He has. I will admit, he has been like, why isn't Red Dragon on this bracket? So,
is there a gray box over my picture?
I've noticed that too. There's like a dark box. I'm not sure if it's over Amy as well. If Amy wants to go back and forth.
It's when I think it's when we're in the studio.
Interesting.
Okay.
And it's not showing up on the actual feed.
If you don't want me on, guys.
Well, hey.
That was great timing.
That is better.
That works.
And now it's over Juicebox. Oh, it's our comments. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah.
Get him out of here.
Here's my pick.
I see now.
Hold
Okay.
on. Put T-Weave down there.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah.
That would work perfect for us.
That's hilarious. There we go.
Sorry, folks. We're just getting everything aligned. You put T-Weave where Juicebox is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bring the comments back. I'm just wondering. No, they would actually just cover his face entirely. Never mind. Okay,
No, we're
sorry.
working through it.
And that was just different because at first the comments came through and they were regular.
I don't know. I blame Denver Dave. I know it's cool, dude. I get it. It happens. Oh, we've already got some comments popping up. Can we get them up the old school way now? Hey, look at that. Because they suck. I can see everyone. All right. Well, there we are, folks. So we're good.
We missed a lot.
You know what? We're happy to have everybody here. All the viewers are here. Let's get rolling. We've seen both of the brackets. So tonight, Bear, you're on your own, and you're picking first after Danny went ahead and killed off Stenerico.
Oh, all right. Give me FTR.
Oh,
You know what we have.
yeah, I do. I know exactly what we have to do.
All right. We're gonna take the Briscoes. Are we the second pick? Did I?
Yeah, we
Screw
are the
up?
second pick. That's
Okay.
right, the Briscoe
There
brothers.
you go. I messed up. My bad, guys.
No, it was us. It was our pick.
Okay. Well, there you go. We're taking the Briscoes.
All right, and then we've got Amy and T Weave.
We are going to take New Day.
Wow.
Okay. Good.
All right,
Good.
sharpshooters.
We are discussing real quick.
Go ahead.
Yep. Cool.
We're gonna go with the Motor City Machine Guns.
Good
All
pick.
right,
Good pick.
Professor Bear.
Give me the Lucha Brothers.
All right, Lucha Brothers. It is for Professor Bear.
Well,
I mean, it was teased with Tanner's shirt who we wanted next all night. We're gonna take the Young Bucks. Oh, is Markout Moments a follower of Talking Wrestling?
Yes, that is our group. Is
I
Markout Moments.
Okay.
I don't know who's saying that, but
Markout Moments is your Big E.
speaking of Big E, we're going to take New Day.
You guys did.
I mean,
take
not New
Big E.
Day. Not Lord help me.
You can't. I mean, if you want them twice, you can have them
I
twice.
want them
That's
twice.
fine.
I'm going to take the Usos. I wrote that, and I said it.
all right. You got the
All right.
Usos.
Whoever threw out the Big E comment threw me off.
It
I'm
happens.
very easily thrown off.
So does that mean that Amy will be yeeting tonight?
I guess so.
Yeet, yeet. Perhaps.
Bear.
I'm going to take.
Sharpshooters did not pick.
Oh, they did.
Sharpshooters
Oh,
did not
sorry.
pick.
Sorry. My apologies.
Don't jip my friend,
It's plum
Sharpshooters.
water. That's what I thought.
I'm glad because they may end up picking who I was going to, so I'm glad I didn't say anything.
All apologies.
All right. With our second pick, we're gonna take the American Wolves.
Very good pick.
All right.
That feels like a juice-centric pick.
Hey, I had a say in that.
That's good, though. That's a good team. I like them.
Yeah, I mean, I was a Wolves fan at one
Yep.
point.
Oh yeah.
All right, Bear.
Bear.
So I'm gonna take the world's greatest tag team.
All right. That's another great pick.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping they'd fall a little bit.
What are you thinking, Tan?
Let's see who we got here.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to take LAX or
I try. I promise. I really try.
huh?
Beer money.
Beer money?
Beer money.
Beer money. We're gonna take beer money.
Beer money.
Beer.
Money.
Boo. That's what I wanted.
Mhm.
I guess go ahead and give me New Age Outlaws.
All right.
That's a good one.
That is a very good one.
Sharpshooters.
Sharpshooters, you're up.
And if anyone needs to see the brackets, we can
Yeah,
do that.
go ahead and pop up the brackets for everybody. Sorry.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like I'm.
Oak Ridge. Remaining from the Oak Ridge bracket, we have D-Generation X and Undisputed Era.
/ Red Dragon.
Yeah, / Red Dragon.
Geez, okay.
And then in the Cookville bracket, we have Booker T and Goldust and LAX remaining.
And America's Most Wanted.
And America's Most Wanted.
Okay.
One more second. We're just discussing real quick.
You're good. Go ahead, guys. How are the viewers doing? Anybody in the comments have anything to say about?
I think Crystal and Rebecca are fabulous myself.
Oh, I think that Crystal is hands
No
down
bias.
the prettiest viewer we've got. And somewhere out there, I believe there's some sort of nail tech.
I have a smoking hot nail tech girlfriend. Yes,
Okay.
she's around. Yeah,
Ooh.
she's around.
Okay.
She's
All right.
around.
For our next pick, we're gonna take D-Generation X.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And that brings us to Professor Bear.
I am going with. I'm going to go with America's Most Wanted.
Good pick.
Good pick.
Good pick.
Good pick. Tanner. This is our last pick. Who do you want?
I'm gonna let you handle this one.
You know what? We've got a viewer out there that pushed really hard for Booker T and Gold Dust to make this list.
They are. They are.
They are on this list. No, you're cute. Rib Shot, you're right. It's crazy that they're on this list, and that's why we're going to leave them for somebody else. We're taking LAX. I'm in it to win it.
So just quickly, is Undisputed Era in? Does someone have them already or not?
No.
They're available.
has
No one has picked them.
That's who I want. Undisputed Era.
All right. So the last team will be going to Juice Box and Danny.
Let's
Booker T and
go.
Gold
With
Dust.
Booker T and Gold Dust.
Look at that.
Look at that.
pic.
Look
What
at
a
that
great
team.
photo.
Look at those studs.
Oh, that's what a great picture.
Yeah, man.
Great tag team. You know.
Yeah. And I do want to
Surprise.
mention
just wait. You
to
just
our
wait till I'm
viewers
up.
to keep an eye out on our Facebook. This week we will be revealing a giveaway that we're going to do.
Yep.
Because of all of the views that we got last night, and we've already got 11 viewers right
We
now.
did break our day one live record last night.
Yeah.
With all you guys. So thanks all you guys for being here for that.
And there will be
Yes.
an autograph of Demolition.
Yep, with Demolition is
Yeah.
available.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold on, but
And an FTR autograph is available.
That's
and then
right.
we've got 2 Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore gift certificates available.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's right.
And I'm sure there will be other goodies that we just toss in because that's how we do any package.
That's how we roll.
So there will be 2 packages given away to anyone who comments on a post that we're going to make in the next few days.
So pay attention.
Yes. Keep an eye out for that. Thanks for all the support. And Bear's gone mute on us because he doesn't like us when we give stuff away. There he is. I just have to dog him and he shows up.
I think that my giveaway is going to be better.
What are you giving away? Joe Monroe's producer opportunity?
A Wrestling Society jersey?
Nice.
A Bear Wrestling
That's
Society
pretty cool.
jersey. That's not bad.
Are you going to sign it, Hall of Famer?
If they want me to mess the shirt up, sure.
You got to sign it. I tell you, I know who's going to win that.
Who's
Rusty
that?
Roman.
It'll be Libby Monroe. and Joe will be like, "Hey, wear that new outfit you got tonight, honey." Oh, I wish you was here.
All
This
right.
is great.
Let's get this going.
Yes, let's roll here into the what do you want to start with tonight, guys? Cookville or Oak Ridge? I'm open to whoever. We've got 4 shows.
Whichever bracket has Goldust and Booker T. Let's start with that one.
Okay.
Which one do you want to start with, Denver Dave? I don't care.
I just said it. What?
There we go. So we're starting off with the Cookville bracket.
Oh, good Lord.
This is terrible.
Here we go.
Let's roll right into this with the Young Bucks and the Motor City Machine Guns, Sharpshooters, and Till 5 Wrestling. Here we roll again.
Are you guys ever going to go first, just out of curiosity?
We'll go first.
We'll go first.
You want to go
Sure.
first? That's fine.
That's fine.
We'll go first.
So, where should we start with the Young Bucks accolades? First off, these two guys literally started in their backyard and were entertaining enough in their backyard with each other that they could sell tickets and get people to show up. Then they actually get bookings on wrestling shows. You start off in Reseda, California, and these two guys are killing it in PWG.
Yep.
And then these two guys, with only one of them having legitimate wrestling training, have managed to become an excellent tag team. Nick and Matt Jackson, you cannot deny that they have the ability to flow with anybody as a tag team. Yes, they have some signature spots. We all know this. We own this. But on top of tag team titles and everything else, Tanner, maybe you should explain what else they've done for the business.
Well, they opened up an American audience for New Japan Pro Wrestling and made that cool in the States. They were in that boom along with Kenny Omega and a few others. They had a deal with Hot Topic with the Bullet Club before WWE did. They were selling their Funkos. They were selling everything. And they didn't need WWE to be as famous as they are. And to beat it all, a company, AEW, was built on the backs of their founding fathers, the Young Bucks.
And all of this off of a YouTube show from two good Christian boys.
And that gave so many people in the business a lot of jobs and opportunity for more jobs for all the wrestlers in general. Thank you, Young Bucks.
Yes, everyone
you,
should be
Young
thanking the
Bucks.
Young Bucks, not just for the fact that they were entertaining enough to pack houses across the world. They managed to get us all a second choice for professional wrestling to watch.
And that's too sweet.
Oh, all right. Douchebox and Danny, you're on the clock.
Okay. I thought this was the greatest tag team of all time tournament, not greatest businessmen EVPs of all time.
Yeah, weird,
Like,
right?
yeah, that's
I feel
why
like
we
I'm
went over
acting
both of them.
A
accolades.
majority of what you just said had nothing to do with what they do as a tag team in the ring. And I'm sorry, my personal opinion, I think once you've seen one Young Bucks match, you've seen them all. I don't think that they adapt at all to other people. I think everyone wrestles their match, their type of match. But getting away from that for a minute, talking about the Motor City Machine Guns, they dominated and ran through TNA for years, winning the belts 12 times throughout over the 12-year period. They are in the ring. You want to talk about what you can do with opponents, whether wrestling a hardcore type or more of a technical type. They can do that in the ring with other people. They all had their different feuds. They split off and went different ways, came back together. And again, like, you know, Saban had his run, Shelley had his run, but nothing ever made it to the next level for them like it was when they were a tag team together. So, Danny, I'll let you step in here and talk a little bit about your thoughts on them. But I mean, it speaks volumes that they did it for so long, not only in TNA, but everywhere else across the world too, with other companies. And just now they're finally kind of breaking through and getting their flowers, their kind of victory lap with the WWE. But
Just like the Young Bucks, except for
And
AEW.
I mean, they're a reason that they're called your favorite tag team's favorite tag team. They really set the bar for what a lot of tag teams do now. And they're showing in WWE that they adapt to different styles because they've been wrestling Street Profits, they've been wrestling the Wyatt Six, they've been wrestling DIY, and all those are completely different styles that they have been adapting to. And a lot of people take away the WWE booking. This run that they're having in WWE is just as good. You would think these guys are fresh out of their college years and like 25, the way they're rolling around the ring and stuff. They are still just as good as they were 12 years ago. And that's a testament to how good this tag team has been. And I think they're going to still have 5 at least more years to go. Where the Young Bucks, like I said, I love the Young Bucks personally. I really do. But I do agree with Juice where they're kind of a rinse and repeat kind of team. And if a team doesn't adapt to them, they don't have a great match with every tag team they face. They have great matches with FTR and Lucha Bros and the Briscoe Brothers, but that's because those are great tag teams that adapted to the Young Bucks, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I get your opinion.
Nothing against the Motor. I love
Did
Motor
Ripshot just
City.
say they're not
Machine
called
Guns-
that? They are 100% called your favorite tag team's favorite tag team. You should watch the show. Anyway, moving on.
You're not going to have either one of us hate on the guns. We like the guns, but in my opinion, and his opinion, they're equally great tag teams in the ring. But
And that's all we're talking about, though, is tag teams in the ring.
Okay, they're equally great in the ring. So when you have to have something to factor in to tip that, to me, the Bucks have done more for professional wrestling and tag team wrestling than anybody. You can argue that they're not a good tag team. Sorry, if they weren't a good tag team, they wouldn't be packing houses and getting bookings all over to the point of making the business that they have. You don't get those kind of bookings by sucking. That's not how it works.
I just think the angle from the business side is a little bit weak when we're talking about tag team wrestling tonight. That's all. And I'd say that for any tag team you'd throw that at me with.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can have, you're welcome to your argument. That's the point of the show.
All right, so let's get some votes in.
Let's get the votes.
What are we thinking?
I don't know, Professor. This is a hard one because we are not doing a greatest tag team in the ring tournament. We're just doing a greatest tag team tournament. And you cannot dispute the influence that the Young Bucks have had more outside. I would say more outside the ring than inside. I love Motor City.
I just want to point out really quick, Amy, your argument last night was always about the in-ring work and in-ring chemistry.
I know.
That's
Exactly.
why the Steiner brothers went over the Road Warriors. I'm just throwing that out there.
I know. Believe me, I mean, you should see my text to Terry. I was like, I think Motor City. Well, wait a minute. The Bucks were influential. So now I'm like,
look at all the tag team moves that the Machine Guns and Bucks can do. Like both of them are great tag teams. I agree to that. I'm just saying.
I do think Motor City in the ring, if I'm looking at them in the ring, I feel like that they have more legitimacy than the Bucks. I think I'm going Motor City. Jerry, are you cool with that?
I'll back you up on that. I think it's more classic wrestling. And
Maybe
I'm
that's why I
not
like them so much.
I'm not anti Young Bucks. They have been pioneers, and we do have wrestling today that we wouldn't have if it weren't for them. I get all that, but Amy and I and Pondwater, I think we're all kind of classic wrestling fans, and because of that, I think we would all go with Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
All right, Professor Bear.
Honestly, I was going to go with this one team, but the argument that was made for the other team is just very hard to dispute, no pun intended. And looking at what they've did all over, I got to go with the Motor City Machine Guns.
I'm not disappointed in them losing. The randomizer kind of screwed us on that one.
Yeah,
I'm fine
once
with
again.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying, Mom. You tell him, Mom. Thanks for watching, Mom.
But you all both had really great arguments. I mean, it was a hard decision.
Juicebox is a notorious Young Bucks hater.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
that is true.
that's why I knew. If anyone noticed right before this matchup started, I said, shit.
I played nice.
You can ask Juice though. I do love the Young Bucks. I really do think Motor City Machine Guns are the better tag team.
Yes.
I was definitely gonna go with the Young Bucks, but Juice argument just really had me thinking about what they've did all over. And I do not even like Motor City Machine Guns, really.
Bear, let's hear your argument for why America's greatest tag team.
Wrestling's greatest tag team.
No, America's Most Wanted.
Oh.
Sorry.
I've heard it both ways. Very
America's Most Wanted is better than the New Day.
New Day?
Woo. Well, when TNA first got started and they had no real tag teams, one team came up out of nowhere to make you watch TNA for their tag team matches. No matter they've faced every great tag team that came through the NWA/TNA, they were arguably the most over tag team, and not just TNA, but in wrestling for 2 years. They ran tag team wrestling, and no matter who you put in front of them, they could adapt and use. They could adapt to any team, and who does not love the Cowboy and the Wildcat?
All right.
Those are
Amy?
great points, Professor. I mean, really, they really are good. And like you were saying about them in TNA, you have New Day, who is kind of doing that over in the WWE. They are the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions. And that was taken over by Demolition, or, you know, they took over Demolition's record that had been held for 25, 30 years. I'm sorry. I'm not in my house, so I'm like, sorry if I'm moving around. I think what's really interesting about the New Day, which of course they do have the Freebird rule, is that
Here you are again.
That helps.
is that they are a very talented group individually. You know, I mean, that came together and overcome like a horrible gimmick in the beginning. If you remember, it was like supposed to be heel preachers and that kind of stuff, and got over working together again, knowing, being good in the ring, obviously, but that charisma and that selling that they do. I mean, people sing, you know, when they're coming out and get the bootios and do, you know, all that stuff. But they're very accomplished as tag teams. But then even on their own as a entity, you had Kofi and Big E were both heavyweight champions. Xavier Wood went on to be King of the Ring, and again, kind of took that. But then they did that still being part of that entity. And again, I think that's one of the things that really makes them stand out is that versatility and flexibility that they had, and that charisma that they still have to, even to this day, they've been tag team champions. You know, even though they were really handled a huge blow with Big E, you know, going out with an injury, they still continued on, you know, even in, I mean, I hate to say, like, even in adversity, sorry, that, you know, they were able to overcome that. And again, I think that's another reason why they are a great tag team. That's all I got. Terry, you got anything?
Yeah, they got athleticism, and then they've got power with Big E. So
True.
They've got the entertainment side. They can talk. They've got longevity. They've had a lot of title reigns, and they've held a lot of different belts. And they're the only tag team that could really sell bootios. You can't tell me anybody else on this list could do that. That's all I got.
For like $15 a box, because I bought one for my son.
The Young Bucks would have sold them at Hot Topic.
That's all I got. So
Yeah.
All right.
So I have a quick question. This isn't going to sway my vote at all. It's legit just curiosity on my part. When each of you think of New Day, which two like is in your head kind of your default tag team? You know, which one's not really the one that's in there? Like for me at least, like whenever I think of New Day as a tag team, it's always Kofi and Big E. I always think of Woods as like the guy on the ringside with the trombone and stuff. So
I agree.
Do any of you have a preference for a different combo, or are we all kind of thinking of those two primarily?
Well,
honestly,
for me,
go ahead, Professor.
I was just going to say, for me, there's no, I can't look at them as a tag team. I can't leave one out.
All right. No, that's fair. I just legit curiosity.
No, I understand.
I always think of honestly, that's kind of funny you said that, Professor, because my first instinct is just to think about Big E. And then the others, again, Kofi and Xavier are together now and kind of what they're doing. But like you said, I see them as a group, but I see Big E first and then coming down to the ring or doing something like that. But yeah.
And sadly enough, if we looked at all three of them, and I hate to say this, but it's the truth. I always look at Xavier as the weak link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah,
the
that's
youngest,
kind
I
of why I
think,
found
and
Kofi and
less,
Biggie
yeah.
also.
You're
I
just
thought that
mad because
before
he's
the-
educated.
No,
He's doctor, Xavier is.
I'm mad because I'm not mad. I got food in front of me. Why would I be mad?
Wild.
You
Wild.
passed your class, Professor. Get
Wild.
over it.
All
So
right,
voting time.
so
Now let's
votes. Danny and I spoke throughout the discussions and all the deliberating, and we're going to give our votes to the New Day. Unfortunately, this is a very easy one for us, at least. New Day.
So I'd like to start by saying that I love America's Most Wanted. I think America's Most Wanted was an awesome tag team, but it is hard to say that the New Day should not go forward in this, in my opinion, because of
love
just what they've been able
AMW,
to
but
accomplish.
The argument makes itself there. The New Day is the superior tag team here. I love AMW too, Bear. I know you just kind of you had a really tough one there, man.
Well, and I knew it when I saw the matchup, but as long as they made the tournament, I was happy with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they get slept on so much.
Well, the fans did not sleep on them. At
Agreed.
least they made the tournament, and I feel like that's an honor in itself. They were mentioned.
Well, the New Day is the only well, your mom's just
Oh God.
swinging for the fences tonight. The New Day is the only tag team that has ever gotten me to convince my wife and stepdaughter to dress up for a picture with Santa.
Really?
We wore matching New Day shirts and did unicorn horns with Santa one year.
I love it.
Nice.
It not to, going back to America's Most Wanted, and I mean, James Storm is a really great wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in two groups on this, and they
Actually,
both
I feel like James is the modern Bobby Eaton.
James is the only
I
man that's
would
in
agree
two tag
with you
teams
there.
on this, isn't he?
definitely. He is definitely a very good tag team wrestler, and like I said, it shows. He's in two different groups here.
Yeah, and how many? And really, I think one day we should have a tournament of who's the greatest tag team wrestler, as far as one person that transcends
Fair.
more than one
I
group.
find it. I also want to point out that nobody tried to use the Freebird rule for demolition last night.
I thought
Nobody
about
mentioned
that.
Crush,
I didn't
yeah.
think about it.
Or Crush.
When Crush came in, he wasn't really part of it, and then
I know.
also Crush came in because what's his face had to kind
Max.
of back out.
Max
So
had
like,
to leave.
And-
yeah, it wasn't really Freebird because they were a great trio. It was Freebird out of like necessity to try to keep Demolition alive.
And at
And you
that
know what?
time, they were the Road Warriors' father. So, I mean, they were just going to get murdered no matter what
Exactly.
they did.
Fair.
And I would have to say, Professor, I don't think we really need to do a tournament because, as the first lady of the Arn Anderson fan club, that is who is number one. So
I agree with you.
I know you do. We talked about
That's
that last
disrespectful
night.
of
And
Billy Gunn. Hold on, Billy Gunn.
We got precious juggalos in the
Billy
house.
Gunn's in some
Whoop,
good
whoop.
Oh, Lord.
hello.
That's my buddy Shovel. If you all are, do you all like Precious Moments
His
dolls?
name is Shovel.
Have you
His name
seen
is
them?
Shovel? Like
Yeah.
legally?
Yes.
Like
I've seen
legal
I
Precious
assume that
Moments
it just
doll.
says Shovel on his
Of
birth
it.
That's
certificate,
not-
and they
that's
doused
not his
Fago.
legal name.
Then
That's
they
what he-
poured Fago on the birth certificate.
That's
to
what he
seal the
goes
deal.
by. I
Twirl.
like
It's
his
Shovel.
art. He takes Precious Moment dolls and will paint like Violent J and Shaggy Two Dopes face paint on them and calls
Okay.
them Precious Juggalos.
I've
I
seen
have a
stuff like
couple
that.
of
That's awesome.
Boodalos that he did on my
Mhm.
desk at work. I've got one painted up like Violent J and one painted up like Shaggy. I'm the official Till 5 Wrestling Juggalo advocate here with the Juggalo hater tan.
I think any kind of art like that is amazing because number one, I'm not talented at all like that. So someone that can take something that's already created and make something new is pretty cool.
Oh, it is
Oh,
extreme.
yeah.
He's extremely talented. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
he really is.
Tanner hates on ICP, not on Shovel.
I don't
Shovel's
hate on
awesome.
artistic talent. Shovel is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not hating on Shovel. It's hating on the.
He doesn't even have a last
Artist.
name, just Shovel.
Just Shovel.
Till 5. Did we
Shovel.
get your official vote? Yes.
Sorry.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Day.
New Day.
New Day.
New Day.
New Day rocks.
Solid.
Day is
See,
advancing.
look at Big E front and center.
Look
I
at
know.
him.
I mean, that's
Right
what it
there.
is.
Danny disappears and Juicebox disappears, and there comes Biggie in their place.
That's right.
All right. So we've got wrestling's greatest tag team. That's
God,
Professor Bear.
Give it a rest, Mom. Relax.
Take a seat.
Mom's not wrong. Mom's not
No,
wrong.
she is not.
Wrestling's greatest tag team against the American Wolves.
It's a fun one.
Believe that's
Oh.
Sharpshooters and Wrestling Society Network.
Yeah, I would let the American Wolves go first.
Sure, thank you. Okay, so this is actually a very strong matchup. I think it's a pretty evenly won when, like, for me at least, when I broke down their longevity as well as the amount of kind of belts they won during their time. It came out pretty split. I have 8 years active for the greatest tag team, 7 years for the Wolves. The greatest tag team had 4 titles. The Wolves had 9, which I believe 5, maybe 6 of them were from their TNA time. So in this example, I'm going to really play the matchup between the two of them. I love World's Greatest Tag Team. I love them with Team Angle and everything they did during that time. But I think that 2-3 year peak was their peak, whereas with the Wolves, 08 to 2010 was really getting them established with Ring of Honor. Then they got noticed by TNA, and then they went to TNA and had a really strong, like, 4 or 5 year run where they got the rocket put on them. They got over with the fans just by doing what they were doing in the ring. I love Eddie. He doesn't have the most charisma in the world, but Davey kind of made up for it to balance that out, which I think is important for a tag team. And they just backed it up in the ring, doing everything they did. So again, as much as I think this is a very even matchup, and I love the greatest tag team, I think the Wolves' peaks were higher, and their ability in the ring, whether it's doing ladder matches with Steen Erico or the Briscoes, or just getting in there and putting on a classic with teams like Beer Money and whatnot, I think Wolves are the way to go here. Danny, if you have anything to add, please.
I think my argument for the Wolves, and this is no disrespect to World's Greatest Tag Team, is that unfortunately we'll never know if World's Greatest Tag Team could have done it without Kurt Angle. I think Kurt Angle is the reason why they were kind of pushed and that they were kind of big, whereas the Wolves kind of got there on their own and they were the main focus. They were the tag team and like they were what everyone was focused on. Where as good as World's Greatest Tag Team was, they were playing like back up to Kurt, unfortunately, and they probably could have done it on their own, but we never got the chance to see that. And like you said, the window was just smaller, in my opinion. So when we're talking about tag team, longevity should be something that we include in that.
All right, Professor Bear.
I would be kind of foolish to say that Kurt didn't mean a lot to them, but once they got started, their abilities shined way above Kurt Angle. And then you have to think about too that was not going to be the original tag team. Unfortunately, I can't think of his name.
Russ Haas.
He passed away, and then they got put together, and they had a tremendous run in WWE. But I think where, for me, they shined and showed how adaptive and how great they were is when they went to Ring of Honor, and they hadn't tagged in, I think, 4 years, and they went to Ring of Honor and put on classic matches against some of the Ring of Honor's best tag teams, and they really did put tag team wrestling back on the map, because Ring of Honor's tag division was slowly going away, and when they came back to wrestling, it peaked it back up to what a lot of people know as Ring of Honor's hot time for the tag team, because they had them. They had I think Motor City Machine Guns came in a little after them. They
To Bear's point, right there they are with those belts.
Right.
Did they ever wrestle the American Wolves? Just because I'm not really sure. Once they did? Okay.
They did wrestle once, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And I think that they beat the Wolves. But at that point in time, too, I will say for the Wolves, Eddie was there, and Davey was trying to do more singles than tag.
They never wrestled, for the record. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay, my bad. But point being, through all of it, they had a tremendous run, broke apart, and came back together and had even a bigger run. And they lived the gimmick of the world's greatest tag team.
Okay.
Well,
let's go ahead and let's get it going here. Amy, Terry, do you guys have anything to say here?
Very good arguments, as always. You all, very good. I don't think Shelton Benjamin gives his flowers like he should. He is a phenomenal. If we do that tournament, Professor, he needs to be on it, even though he's going to lose to Arn. That's okay. He's still going to be on the tournament.
Really good.
Because he's a phenomenal wrestler. And the fact that he can be a great singles wrestler and a tag team with multiple different partners really says a lot about him. The American Wolves, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, first off, they were very dominant in ROH. That is kind of where they were. But they're smaller guys. And not that that's a bad thing, but I feel like they have to have more qualities in the sense of timing, charisma. They don't have the power, but they've got the versatility and the timing and those kind of things that you need as a great tag team. Terry, what do you think?
Well, I'll admit, first off, when you see my picture drop out, I'm texting Amy because I'm using my phone to record. Sorry about that. But I had to be honest, this is kind of a gap in my knowledge. I was lapsed for several years, so there's a lot of that I don't have knowledge about. But just based on the arguments that you guys put forth, I think I go with the Wolves, as Amy said.
Because just so we know too, the greatest tag team, did they ever win a championship?
Yes.
Besides ROH. I mean, did they win anything in WWE?
In WWE,
yes, they won
twice.
both.
2 times.
Okay.
2 times. Yep.
Well, I'm going to go with Terry. And I think that's wonderful because he wasn't very familiar with either one, so that's probably really good to kind of get his intake. And I did invite him on. I don't need to be bossy and say no. We're going to go with who I want. So,
but the text about this was me saying, "Do we think Wolves?" Because that was what I was leading to anyway, and she kind of agreed there.
So
yeah,
Tan,
and I do agree with it.
I do. I think, Danny, you really had me in the first half. You guys really had me in the first half with your argument for the Wolves. And then you struck a chord with me when you said that they needed Kurt Angle, that they just weren't able to do anything without Kurt Angle. And that's...
I didn't say it like that. I said, I don't know if they would have gotten the start they did.
Well, we do know that they did.
Tanner, as your tag team partner, Danny, you did say that, and I don't agree with it either. But.
And to that point, we did see what they were able to do without Kurt Angle. They went out to Ring of Honor, which at that time was the hardest working locker room in the entire business, and they proved that they could hang with those guys. And not only could they hang with those guys, but they were the best.
So with that, we're going wrestling's greatest tag team. And at that point, we're going to need some fans to decide between wrestling's greatest tag team and American Wolves.
I say this. I'm so glad that I'm not getting just smoked like last night.
I really wanted the wrestling's greatest tag team, Bear. I'm a really big fan of them.
I love wrestling.
Really, but I'm a big fan of the Wolves too. Everything, not to take away from the Wolves at all.
Yeah.
Danny lost your argument with the Kurt Angle thing.
Well, you lost. You lost me for the Wolves when you argue how many times they had the belts. Yeah, Jim DeFalco's pulling for the Wolves. We'll give it a second, see if anybody else. We need 2. Just give me 2.
Ribshot did say world's greatest tag team.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Oh, he
So
did.
there we go.
We need one more.
We
So
need a
we'll break the
tiebreaker for the
tie.
tiebreaker.
World's greatest
I
tag team.
love and I love the American Wolves
Oh.
because that was the time
Hey!
that Ring of Honor was going on. I can't remember.
HD Net. They were
Yes,
in.
the HD Net, and that was some of the greatest wrestling period for me.
God.
We're
We've
tied
got
again.
another tie. Keep it going.
All right, let's see.
Look, the more fan votes, the better, as far as I'm concerned. I was actually at the Ring of Honor at Center Stage shows in 2011 and got to see Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team against the Kings of Wrestling.
Oh,
So, yeah, I loved that era, man. Those 2 guys.
I think, speaking of the Kings of Wrestling, that's a team that was snubbed from this. But,
Absolutely.
you know.
well, I think the reason why, because they didn't have the TV exposure. That
Agreed.
is the only reason.
Agreed. I think the casual fan had no idea who that was. But anyway, we're waiting on one more.
Well,
Yeah, we just
look
need
like the Wolves got
Wolves.
The American Wolves are
There you
going
go,
forward.
Chandler.
Well, there you go.
Wow, how you like that? Chandler's going to have to take that up with his future mother-in-law and his future
I
brother-in-law.
love how my entire family's here. That's who's watching the show.
Yeah,
We're doing this show for my family exclusively.
because your family's a bunch of marks.
My family's a bunch of marks, and they're sitting around watching this wrestling podcast.
Hey, at least you know you will always have fans, though. So
That's
hey,
right. That's right. Consistent views, guys. Consistent views.
We've got Tanner's family and my wife, and that's all we need right there. They're at least entertaining, or we're at least entertaining them. So
They probably mute us. They're tired of listening to it.
yeah, they're like, we've got it on in the background. The volume's off.
All right, well, let's move ahead. We got the
Anyways.
Wolves.
The Wolves are advancing.
There you go.
Confirmed. Time for LAX against Booker T and Goldust. We went first last time. So, Juice Box, Danny.
Danny, I'm going to let you play this one of 2 ways. You know how I feel. I want to go how it went last night. I want to wave the white flag here. This tag team is an insult to be in this tournament altogether. I don't even want to talk about them. If you want to humor the crowd, go for it. I'm sitting out. I don't think they should move on.
100% fully agree with Juice. I have
So do we
no
just move
idea how Goldust and Booker T got in the
Okay.
tournament.
Look,
This is
LAX,
seriously an embarrassment.
With
LAX
that being
had
said,
an amazing. Oh, go ahead. If you want to make an argument, I'll
with
let
that
you.
being said, depending on what LAX version you're about to talk about, Booker T and Goldust might have been a better tag team, depending on what year we're talking about. I have no idea. What LAX combo are we discussing tonight?
Homicide and Hernandez.
Homicide and Hernandez, man.
Okay,
Pop
then
up
I'm not
that
talking.
LAX
Then I'm
graph.
not defending Goldust and Booker T.
We've got the LAX with Homicide, Hernandez, and Conan. That's even the graphic that we went with for the night.
I mean, yeah, that's
There you go. That's
go
LAX.
ahead.
51,
We don't need a
50.
vote.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay. LAX.
No
advances.
idea why Booker T and Goldust are in this goddamn tournament.
Thank you, Chandler. Thank you, Chandler.
Shame on whoever voted them in. I mean,
Hey, don't talk. Dude, my mom did that, okay? My mom's
Sorry.
a big fan. My mom
Sorry,
loves Booker
Mom.
T and Goldust. I said, okay, Mom, I'll pull some strings and get Booker T and the Goldust in this. But then other people voted for him.
That's the thing.
no,
We
that's
ended
just not your
up-
mama's fault. It's the other
Yeah,
people's
so
fault.
that's
We
not
ended
mom's fault.
up-
You were being nice to mom. I'm fine with that. All the people who voted for Booker T and Goldust, it's their fault.
Also,
yeah.
it's everybody else's mamas. Then I got no argument. I'm just a mama hater.
That was
So-
the easiest
Alright.
one ever.
LAX were former NWA tag team champions. That can be our argument for this round. We can add more later.
There
if
you
need
go.
be.
We'll talk more about them.
Yeah. Okay. So Amy, T Weave, T Swift, what are you thinking?
I think we're good with going with LAX.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Bear.
think so.
Yeah, let's just go through it.
All right, we've got a
For the
sweep.
record,
LAX
For the
is taking
first
the lead.
time in any tournament I've been a part of with you guys, we're also voting for the opposite team. We
I know. I've never seen that. That's interesting.
clean sweep.
I
Clean
think he expected that with John Cena in the first one of these. but
Don't
things
get me
happen.
started on that shit. I don't even want. Just move on. Don't get me started on that one.
Hey,
For
it's all
Brett.
right.
So Now let's talk about LAX against the Wolves.
All right.
Sure. Well, if you want us to go first again, but we figured you're warmed
We
up
can-
now with your LAX, so
Denver Dave chiming in with John Cena as the GOAT. So let's give a legitimate argument for LAX.
Yeah.
LAX dominated. Well, not dominated. They were a vital part of TNA's tag team division. Once let's admit it, that revitalized tag team wrestling across the board.
It did.
You had LAX, Motor City Machine Guns,
Team 3D,
Team 3D, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels,
America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted.
Yep.
You even got some beer money in there.
Eventually, yeah, you got some beer, man. Generation Me was
Me.
running around.
Yeah, you had all these great tag teams working with LAX, and it was a damn near 5-star classic every time you get these guys in there against them. And even when it finally came time to book some teams for ROH from TNA again, LAX was the first ones they hit up. So I just want to throw that out there. That they were so damn good as a team that ROH knew that they needed to bring them in when ROH was all about ring work.
Yep. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, Danny, if you want to start this time, I started the Wolves last time.
No,
so
you keep going. This is your night, kind of.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, when it comes to these two, I think again, kind of like the previous matchup for the Wolves, it's pretty even. I mean, LAX, this iteration of Homicide and Hernandez was only really active for 3 years in TNA.
Yeah.
In those 3 years, they did get 6 championships. I don't recall if all 6 were from TNA. I know that the Wolves, their 5-year run in TNA, they got 5 title reigns. So again, pretty even on that front in terms of longevity and accolades. I do admire the imbalance, if you will, of Homicide Hernandez having the big man and the smaller guy, and so that works well for them. But I just think when you take Edwards and Davey matched up head to head with Hernandez and Homicide, as the workers they are, Homicide is more of the brawler. You know, he doesn't really do the technical stuff. He's not bad at it, but he's more the brawler kind of, stiff shot kind of guy. Hernandez is the big dude doing the big dude moves. So I know it's all a matter of opinion on wrestling styles, but I think what the Wolves can do as a tag team speaks more to them as Homicide and Hernandez, where I don't think it's just a big man, little man thing. And that dynamic is good for some, but it's really what it comes down to here in this, what we're doing tonight in this chat is, do you like the big man, little man tag team combo, or do you like the two similar sized people that can do all their tag team moves together with more of a snap to it, more of a pop with what they can do in the ring, and have the endurance to kind of go longer in their matches, quite frankly.
That's true.
So,
And
Danny, if you got anything else you want to add,
fear of messing up another argument because Juice did that so well. No, I also do think that just as wrestlers, as tag teams, as technicians in the ring, that the Wolves are just a lot better. Kind of goes back to an argument before where Hernandez and Homicide couldn't adapt to every team that they were in the ring with. Teams had to adapt to them, whereas the Wolves could adapt to pretty much every team they were in the ring with. So I think that also speaks volumes to the tag teams.
Well, I think that LAX had the ability for one of the guys to adapt to anybody that they worked with, and that's part of what made the big man, little man work so well. Because you put him in there with some technical guys, Homicide goes in there and works with them, and then they can't do anything with the big bruiser that's Hernandez. You put him in there with some big guys, and that equals out Hernandez's size, but you've got Homicide bouncing around, banging on him with trash cans.
Of course, but what I'm saying is also individually, they weren't the best wrestlers. A tag team, they
were a great tag team. I'll give you that Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards are better technical wrestlers on their own.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's all.
But LAX is the better tag team. Thank you for proving my point for me.
That's crazy.
I think this one's very even. I do.
Yeah.
I think it's close.
I think the last two have been very even with the Wolves.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's go to the votes. Bear?
I'm a big mark for LAX, and I love the Wolves too. But when it comes to tag teams and what immediately pops in my mind, I always think of LAX and what they've done because they did do some things outside of TNA that I can't remember where they won championships, but they did wrestle outside of TNA. And
So did the Wolves.
I think for me, it's LAX.
Thank you.
Just for the record, the Wolves also wrestled outside TNA in a bunch of places.
Well, and the argument was great. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, sometimes it comes to that basic when you hear certain things like great tag teams. My mind goes to LAX before it goes to the Wolves, and that's no knock on them. I guess it helps that I've seen them more and the type of teams they wrestled versus the Wolves, because they were getting a lot of tag teams that were older and just wasn't moving the same.
In fairness, the American Wolves were actually more traveled than LAX.
Yeah.
More promotions, different countries,
shut
different
the
places.
hell
Just saying. I just want to point that out there. If we're being fair.
I was gonna.
Okay,
comment that as
Amy.
well.
T Swift. What are you all thinking?
Well, I think she may have stepped away for a minute, but
Well, great.
you know,
Now
we're
you're
gonna
not going to support me.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stick with our recipe that we've talked about for 2 days, and we prefer classic technical tag team wrestling, and I think the Wolves win based on that.
You guys would hate New Jack.
So we've got a tie. We've got a tie. Let's go to the comments and see what we're rolling here. I know we saw Wolves.
Yeah.
That's Danny, doesn't count.
Oh, no. That actually is John, producer. He doesn't have a Facebook, so he's using mine.
That's fair. That counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start doing that trick. I like that.
Yeah. Well, our producer's over there. Hey, I mean, Tanner has like all 6 family members that he knows on social media on here.
All
so.
6 of my friends on social media
Even
are
though
here tonight.
hey.
Overwhelmingly Wolves, if you're asking for more people.
Wow, that's amazing.
That was wild.
Yeah, what a sweep there for the Wolves.
Where have all these viewers been?
What a rib. This is
Good
crazy.
The Wolves are
Wow.
destroying
Wow.
LAX.
All right.
Well,
I
okay.
think it's safe to say the Wolves made it through.
Yeah,
The
we'll just
Wolves
move on to the next
advancing.
one.
Wolves again. He went on a different one.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
All
right.
Okay.
American
Jeez.
Wolves continuing on here. Oh, we've got the New Day against the Motor City Machine Guns. And this ought to be really
Ooh.
interesting because T Weave does not have Amy to argue with him.
Uh-oh.
Well,
So is there anything you guys feel the need to add on from your arguments last round?
Oh,
Yeah, I knew she'd be back.
Well, I
she heard
heard
you, Jay. She
you.
came running.
Exactly.
to be
Don't
fair,
let
we
him
could
screw it up.
we could still take that angle if we'd like. I don't know if Amy has anything she'd like to debate or go into, or
We
if we
just go
feel
straight to the
comfortable at
vote
this
from here
point.
for anybody, unless anybody has anything else to add.
No, I mean, I
don't
think
think
we've
so.
said, I mean, we've definitely talked about them and they both have their strengths, weaknesses. I think it's just up to who you think needs to move on.
Machine
Yeah.
Guns in the New Day, Tam.
Yeah.
Well,
And again, the only thing I want to add, not a debate thing, just some numbers, some stats I wrote down. From looking it up, I mean, it's again pretty even. The Guns were active for 12 years. New Day's been active for 11 years. Machine Guns with 12 tag titles. New Day with 13. So I mean, and that's like a longevity titles accolades thing. It's dead even. They're both very strong packages. What they present, what they can do. They're
we're
two of the
going
best.
we're going with the Guns
Yep.
because the Guns have traveled all over the world and been top. They've not been part of the machine that just kept them at the top there. They are a great tag team. Don't get us wrong.
They have been very well traveled, and now this machine they have went to the machine now
Yeah.
as well traveled vets.
Yeah. So
in a
that's
way,
our vote.
they don't need WWE, but the New Day has never worked outside as a
Literally need
group.
them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
the Machine Guns had the option to go anywhere. The New Day, I don't know how well they would get over, especially without the trio elsewhere, because they wouldn't be able to call themselves the New Day. Because
That's true.
WWE owns that. They own the gimmick.
He's right. He's right.
So, Bear, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking New Day. And for actually kind of your argument of them not being able to go anywhere, let's talk about the crappy gimmick they were given and what they were able to do with it, and how they are able to continue updating their character, their work. And it's, I guess it's funny to me because even now with Big E sideline, Kofi and Xavier have been able to work a whole different style of themselves. And I just think too, it means a lot more. Is it the length of the titles or how many amount of titles?
That's a valid
That
point.
is a very valid argument for me. Because how many times have you defended that belt is what I look at.
And
And how many times do you win a belt from vacant?
Yeah, so I that's the reason why I go with New Day.
Valid. So let's go to the comments.
New Day or the Motor City Machine Guns.
I think this is the
Guns.
hardest. I think this is the hardest one yet.
From Danny, not Danny.
I'm all for the guns on this one. I have to. If we're talking about in-ring work, I think the guns smoke the New Day all day and every day.
Wait, somebody vote for
New
Wolves.
Day. So we're tied right here. Guns.
Guns,
now
here we
it's 2-1.
go. That's right, Kenzie. Good job. Good job.
Is anybody else going to chime in to sway this back into a tie? Or are we going to get another
It's
run of votes for
the
the
Motor City Machine Guns or New Day for those that are joining us now. Wolves again.
Oh God, Wolves aren't in this one. New Day.
I think
There
we're
it is.
tied
New Day
again.
again.
Oh, no.
The New Day has
Guns to
No,
tie.
no.
We are tied again.
Hold on. Now
Oh.
we're
Another more
There
guns.
it is.
and there.
That's it.
Guns.
Yeah, we're rolling with the guns at this point. The
Anyone
guns
else?
viewers are going to pull this one off.
That's
Yep.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Motor City
Well-
Machine Guns will advance.
Danny, we've found ourselves in a,
In a
bit of
predicament now.
in a bit of a pickle here.
Ooh.
Whatever do you mean?
Well, I mean,
All
at this
there-
do you guys want to argue against yourselves, or do you just want to go to a vote?
Just go to a vote. Either way, we win this round.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think we should decide who we want to vote for. Should we save that vote for after you three go?
You guys can vote right now if you
Let
want.
them three go and text me on the side, and we'll decide.
I'll text you now what I think. But
All
yeah,
right. So for those watching, this will be any of the viewers can chime in now. We're gonna go to a vote here. It could be a tie, and we have to go to the viewers for a tiebreaker. So, Tan, well, I assume that you're thinking the same thing I am. Okay.
Roll with it.
Rolling with the guns.
Rolling with the guns.
Rolling with the guns.
Who is it between? I'm sorry.
Machine guns and the American
Wolves
Wolves.
and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah. Here
Yeah.
comes those crazy comments again.
Uh-huh.
Wolves might go all the way because of our comments section.
we can stop the tie here.
I think Terry and I are going to go with the guns also.
All right. 2 for the guns. Bear, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking the Wolves.
Wow.
Motor City Wolves.
That's right.
I like that
Davey
team too.
Richards and Alex Shelley.
What a team that would have been.
Juice.
Want me to do the honors? Okay. Well, with the possibility of tying this and bringing it to the comments, we have decided not to do that. We are going with the team we truthfully think is the better tag team here, the Motor City Machine Guns.
All right.
All right. Comment section. If you'd like to boo Juice Box for that move, you can go right ahead and boo that man.
I do think
right
if the Wolves had a few more years and really were able to break out,
Yep.
we'd have a different conversation. But just like
You might be
like,
right.
Davey kept taking time off to do EMT stuff, and I think he got retired at one point. So
Alex
I love
kept
him.
taking time off to go back to college too.
You're right. You're right. You're very right. Shelly did the same thing. So,
But the
Yeah,
machine
and
guns
then
had more.
it was blow our knees out city for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was going to say too that a lot of this is viewers, because a lot of people don't get to see some of the tag teams or don't know about them, and it's kind of easily to pick one over another because of that.
Yes, like for what it's worth, like for example, T-Weave, by all means, if you've never heard of or seen anything from the Wolves, I would recommend checking out some of their stuff. I mean, they don't.
I think
wrestle...
Oh, absolutely.
Especially as an old school guy, I think you'd really appreciate the Wolves.
Yeah,
and I think it's a big thing that the Wolves can make it through to this round with the tag teams that were in this round.
Oh, absolutely. All of these tag teams, except for Booker T and Goldust, are great tag teams.
100% correct.
I do agree with Barrett. The Wolves making it to this point just goes to show how talented those guys are.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, definitely.
They put it back.
And that completes the Cookville bracket. Can we get that graphic?
We can.
There we go.
And machine guns.
That is our good friends at Stover's Liquidation, sponsor of tonight's show. You can go see their Cookville location at 452 West Broad Street in Cookville, Tennessee. That's 38501 for the area code. You can call them at 931-526-2591. They're available 24 hours a day online at stoversliquidation.com, or go see them any day but Sunday from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. at either one of their locations. Thanks to Stovers for sponsoring this bracket. In particular, one. All right, now let's roll right in to the Oak Ridge bracket. We've already seen that Stenerico is not making it.
So it's going to be Undisputed Era / Red Dragon.
Red Dragon against FTR, I believe, is going to be the argument here.
All right.
Well,
I didn't really think about that when I grabbed Undisputed Era.
That's Amy. Just so we're clear, that's why we didn't grab Undisputed.
Yeah,
my fault. I suggested them.
You know what? I'm gonna be real honest. Besides Arn and Tully, FTR is my absolute favorite, and I do think Undisputed Era individually they are all great wrestlers. But I just don't have it in me to argue against FTR, against Undisputed. Now,
all right.
Terry, if you feel like you do.
Well,
all right.
Here's what I had written down. So
Okay,
Terry, let's go, baby.
There we go. T-Weave, it's your moment.
Yes.
You might not be satisfied. But Undisputed Era as a faction, to me, is pretty dominant. I don't know that there's a tag team that stands out from that competes with FTR. And that's where I kind of agree with Amy.
What? I thought we were doing an argument for them.
Well,
hey.
Yes, Juice.
I mean, unofficially tag in here and just say that O'Reilly and Fish is the answer. I mean,
they're also
When I was doing my list, I put down Undisputed Era / Red Dragon because I implied O'Reilly and Fish as the tag team. And again, they're kind of on that level of a tag team like the Wolves in terms of like being super over and great in the ring, but just never really, mainly because of Fish never getting to that next level. So yes, I love FTR too. And I'm not putting my vote anywhere with this argument. I just felt like it's a sin that this.
Gotta give him some love. Yeah.
And I love the Undisputed Era. I love Red Dragon. It's unfortunate that this is how it turned out, but that's it. I'll shut up. They're not even my vote. So,
all right.
Sorry. I wish I had more of an argument in this.
It's okay.
But I think it's the truth.
Undisputed Era, Red Dragon was a great tag team, but it was at a very low point of ROH. Let's be honest. Like as far as viewership, the old faithful weren't watching a lot of that era. It was a low period. So a lot of us didn't get to see it. And then when you go into NXT, Yeah, Undisputed Era used that Freebird rule that Amy loves so much.
They used it very strong.
Now,
Yes.
I would like to say that Red Dragon is one of the first teams I saw outside of the WWE TNA bubble when I first started getting into Ring of Honor, and I became an immediate fan. And I kind of think they're partially responsible for my love for tag team wrestling and technical wrestling.
Yeah.
I think that it would be a disservice, as Juice was talking about, to not talk about how awesome Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly was as a tag team and how legit they were as a tag team.
So we're basically all saying that Bear needs to argue for FTR next round. Like we all admit, Undisputed Era is a great tag team. Red Dragon's a great tag
It sounds
team,
like
if
FTR
you
is
will.
going ahead.
I feel like we've all three voted for FTR.
Danny, are you there? All right, Danny's not there. I'm officially making our vote for Red Dragon just out of love for them.
I feel very bad. I didn't realize, like I said, that they were up against.
Well,
I
technically, you're the one arguing, so your vote's not necessarily needed. But I feel like we're gonna. Bear, are you changing your vote?
Hell no.
Okay, Amy, are you guys official? Well, hold on. Let me ask this: T-Weave, are you going to vote for Undisputed Era / Red Dragon?
Let's give it to them. Yeah, I'll give them my vote at least. They're not.
Oh no!
There you go, Amy. Are you going to play the "It's Your Card" now when it's your boys FTR?
My vote's for FTR. I don't care who they're against. No.
She overrules me. Yeah.
By all means,
She is overruling T-Weave on this one.
Overruled.
I
Well,
tried
there
to
you
get
go.
I tried to get you a loophole, but there you are.
All right, FTR is moving ahead.
FTR goes on.
by all means, I was not intending to blow that up. I was just giving them a vote because I like them. I wasn't trying to.
Juice, thank you. He makes fun of me all the time for being a big Red Dragon mark. I'm a big time Red Dragon fan.
I love Red Dragon.
Yeah.
I really do. But
They brought some legitimacy.
yes,
Danny
they
just
did.
Danny just texted me, by the way. I vote for FTR. So too bad he didn't.
They were like a modern day Eliminators.
What a
And
shit
man, and their work in Japan too was awesome.
Yep. Modern day Eliminators.
What a
Bear.
terrible fucking wedding present. This is homophobic.
Danny, we our team officially voted for Red Dragon. By the way. You weren't here. I asked what you thought, and you didn't reply.
There you go.
Either way,
So-
FTR advanced. Let's move on.
Beer Money against the Lucha Bros.
Dave, for the record, I just saw Dave's comment. If Undisputed Era used the Freebird rule, I don't think they used it really ever.
Yeah, they did.
Actually, they
They
did
did.
because
They
Bobby
did.
Fish
They
kept
did.
getting injured. That's why they
In
brought in
NXT
Strong.
or in a
NXT.
NXT.
Yeah? Okay.
NXT.
That's why they
Oh,
kept
that's right,
bringing
that's
in
right, 'cause
Roger Strong.
That's why they brought in Strong. Yeah.
Strong, right.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
said they did it very strong.
It's Neck Health Awareness Month. Speaking of Roger Strong, guys, so Neck Health Awareness
every
Month. So,
So,
protect your neck.
Beer Money. Tan, do you
Yes.
want to start this or?
Yeah, so Beer Money, like I was talking about, outside of the WWE bubble, I got into TNA when I was a kid, and I first saw America's Most Wanted, of course, with James Storm. But then I thought he clicked way more with Bobby Roode, personally. And I think that what they were able to do in an ever-changing TNA environment at that time was pretty great. And I think that WWE really made a huge mistake not signing the two of them in their prime in order to boost them to the top. I think that
There was money to be made with them and Keystone Light
100%.
as a marketing partner. Why they didn't pull that trigger, I'll never understand.
Now, to get to Juice about their wrestling, they are great in-work tag team. Once again, another tag team, in-ring tag team. Once again, another one of those tag teams that use an old school, almost technical way to do things. They cut the ring off. They do their work.
They were a very FTR tag team
They were very
for TNA.
similar.
That's what they were. They were that technical-
Multi-time tag team champions.
Absolutely.
Both men world champions, which matters to some. Maybe it doesn't necessarily matter in the tournament, but it does matter because the Beer Money broke up because of the world title feud,
That's
because
right.
of the world championship.
It was Robert Roode's greed that ruined the tag team.
And they did reunite right before Robert Roode went to WWE, and it was very short-lived, but it was good, and the fans remembered it. And in the day for TNA, they sold a lot of merchandise
Yes, they
in
did.
TNA. And outside of WWE in the early mid-2000s, that really wasn't super common for a while. So I think Beer Money has the edge as far as that goes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't really feel the need to add anything in currently. So, you boys want to have a retort?
Sure. We're talking about two of the most creative wrestlers in the business. Everywhere they went, they won tag team gold, except for currently in the WWE, which everybody is clamoring for. Just know they're going to get together and be dominant there. You talk about being able to adjust to any team, whether it's mat wrestling, high flying, big man, they can do it all. And you want to talk about one of the greatest tag team feuds of all time, them and the Young Bucks steal the show every time they got on TV or pay-per-view. It made, as a lot of wrestlers call them, curtain jerkers, so they could go and watch and see what kind of great moves was going to come out of there. The Lucha Brothers are just, I hate to use this pun, but I'm just going to. They're too sweet.
Well, I would like to say that, you know, to the argument, everybody was talking about the Young Bucks and being spot monkeys and being the same match over and over and over and over and doing all the high spots. You could say the exact same thing for the Lucha Brothers. You're hitting 12 Canadian destroyers, you're hitting 50 cutters, you're still hitting 95 super kicks, and you're doing this about 12 times.
Mexican destroyers, how dare you? Mexican
destroyer.
Canadian destroyer. Thank you.
Canadian destroyer.
Panama destroyer. What?
But that's what you see a lot of. But they do have mat wrestling skills that they have pulled out many of times.
Bear, I would like to point out that the argument that you made for this tag team is how great they work with people, classic matches they have with the Young Bucks. They can work with any style. I feel like literally that argument could be made for any team in here.
No.
It could, because what, the Machine Guns, FTR,
not LAX.
Not LAX, no.
I mean,
well, right,
Generation Me, and actually LAX.
I was just being a dick. I was just being a dick because you argued for that.
So I would like to point out that as great of a tag team as the Lucha Brothers are,
and they are
a great tag team. They're not a cohesive tag team like Beer Money is.
There's no psychology.
Yeah, there's no psychology.
There's no psychology.
Thank you. I was looking for the word.
It's flippy, flippy, floppy, flippy, flippy. There's no psychology to it.
Thigh slap, flip, thigh slap, flip.
Cutter. You forgot the cutter, then destroyer, and then the chop, and then the.
All right. I think we're in a good spot.
Okay, so who's ready to vote?
I think Terry and I talked about it.
That's a shoot.
Oh,
that's a shoot.
Thrown under the bus, embarrassed by mom on the line.
Your mom does not like you telling stories, sir. She raised you better.
Oh boy.
She does not understand how debates work. My poor
exposing the business.
I love it.
Tanner's been
This
practicing
is till
his
5
debating skills since
Unreal.
he was a
Here we
teenager.
go.
He's ready for this.
Well, and to be fair, I have this happen a lot that people just love the bear and they support the bear, even over their own child. So, hey.
Wow.
Hey, she's in a relationship, Bear.
Or their
she's
own
not
husband.
single, Bear.
Right,
she's not single, Bear.
Can we say what we're voting for?
All right, so voting time.
That was all wonderful, but I think that Terry and I talked about. I think we're going with Beer Money.
Oh, that's one.
Yeah, we are in agreement in regards to the Lucha Bros. Me and Danny said the same thing to each other. We think they're fun to watch in the ring, but they don't exactly do anything that different or variety. And the psychology is lacking. So yeah, our vote is also for beer.
Money.
There it is.
I love beer money.
Beer
I
money
do
moves
too.
on.
All right.
No disrespect to the Lucha Brothers. I think they're great. I just don't think
A little
that
bit.
they have.
A little disrespect.
They're not as good
If
of a
we do this
tag
tournament
team.
again in 10 years, the Lucha Brothers will most likely make this and
Hold
go.
on, put up-
What I was gonna
put that
say
picture
is
again. Put that
it
picture
worked
again.
out better for me because I
Please.
didn't want to
Put up the
argue
picture
against
again.
myself.
Look at Ray Phoenix's mouth. It doesn't look right.
He looks like a Canadian on South Park.
He's talking like Popeye out of the side of his mouth. He's spinach. All right. Enough out of me. All right. Sorry. Thank
We're
you.
not supposed to argue against ourselves? Sorry. I did that already. didn't
Unless you got Booker T and Goldust.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear the argument for New Age Outlaws against D-Generation X. Let's get those. Let's see that New Age Outlaws graphic. There
Interesting.
you go.
Oh my.
It's
That one.
interesting that you picked this one of all the ones you could have picked. Of
Yikes.
Well, and then there's the DX graphic.
the worst tag team belts. Oh Jesus!
Well known.
Doing both dirty. It's like you guys are Bret Hart fans or something. It's disgusting.
One of us is.
One of us is more of a Bret Hart fan.
Yikes.
New Age Outlaws, if you don't mind going first. It's already an uphill battle for me. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Well, one thing I was sitting here thinking about the New Age Outlaws. To me,
That's also the Voodoo Kin Mafia. You are.
oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
The James
I mean,
Gang, if you will.
If you
Forgot
will.
about that. I was sitting there thinking about when they became a tag team. We used to have like I'm trying to make sure my computer doesn't die. We used to have a bunch of tag teams, and then it just kind of all went away. And I really do feel like in that era, especially, the New Age Outlaws kind of came along, and I don't want to say made it cool again, but like, granted they're in a group, but them two together, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, and at that time it was like Rockabilly and Rhodey. Like the odds of them coming together to be so dominating and entertaining. I think, again, you've got the power with Billy Gunn. You had the charisma and probably more of the quickness, I mean, if you want to say, of Billy, or not Billy, Road Dogg. Thank you. They were champions. They were also part of this group that was dominating the scene at the time. And so, again, I just think that to me, someone's here. To me, some of that just really kind of goes to show of like why they're the greatest. Like they really kind of brought that tag team action back to us. T-Weave, Terry, what do you got?
Well, my notes. I think they had a generational influence on kids that were growing up at the time because they really connected to the crowd a lot more than a lot of other tag teams did. And, there are people that are going to recite. Hold on.
You didn't know?
Yeah, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
So there's not a lot of tag teams that have something like that had that connection with so many kids out in the crowd. And not only do we enjoy classic wrestling with tag teams and cutting the ring off, but if you're not connecting to the crowd like that, then you're not as good either. So I think they're really strong with crowd connection compared to a lot of tag teams.
100%. And what I will say, don't even want to take anything away because I love the New Age Outlaws so much. DX and New Age Outlaws were hand in hand. I mean, if we're being honest, they I'm not saying one helped the other more. They really helped each other. I think Shawn and Triple H at that time needed the New Age Outlaws because they saw how hot they were getting, and New Age Outlaws can use the rub from the world champion at the time. So like they really did help each other a lot, and they all really connected with the fans so much. So and to be honest with you, talking about the 97, 98, that would be me more talking about like just the cultural influence they had. DX forming, how they really helped start the Attitude Era. Like, that was great. But I really honestly believe that this tag team is very criminally underrated, because I know what Ripshot said, the glow stick era and whatever, but that was because they had to go to that era because of the PG era. But when they reformed, they really became a great tag team, and they really faced a lot of good teams during their runs. Starting out, I know it was a joke with the Spirit Squad, but even them reforming, I mean, that was like, we felt it as fans. Everyone was begging for it. I don't know about you guys, but anytime they reformed, especially that first time with the crotch chops, like I was going crazy. That was an epic night. And then them going as a tag team for a few months at that point, everyone thought they were going to be done when Triple H tore his quad again. And, that DX run kind of had to stop. Shawn Michaels went away after the Undertaker thing. They reformed and then got even better, facing the Legacy and that trio of matches that really put the Legacy on the map, and they really helped them out there. Then they went against Rated RKO, Jericho, Miz and Big Show, like a lot of good tag teams at that time that they helped put tag team wrestling on the map when they didn't have to. They could have easily been two singles wrestlers doing their thing, but because they were really good friends and best friends, their chemistry, I would argue, might be better than a lot of tag teams on this list. They really worked well together in the ring. They really meshed well together. Those two could go with any tag team you put in front of them. I mean, that wasn't even a question. The TLC match with Big Show, everyone remembers them holding up the ladder, half the ladder to get up there. Like, that was an epic moment. So they really had a lot of good moments that people like kind of forget because of the PG era or whatever. But as a tag team for 4 to 5 years, they were the main event, and they were the show. And they did main event a lot of shows as a tag team, which not a lot of teams on this tournament can say either. So I just want to put a little respect on this DX, because I think people think of them as just the 97 one, and they were so much better than that.
That's actually kind of the solid argument me and Tanner were having.
Yeah, we were arguing over here to ourselves. I don't consider Triple H and Shawn Michaels as a real tag team.
I do.
I just don't.
I mean,
for
4
Danny's
to 5
argument,
years, they were a real tag team.
Like, I understand what you're saying, but the New Age Outlaws did more than just shit in WWE, and they didn't have to just keep popping up for reunion after reunion. They stayed together as a consistent tag team.
That's literally what they popped up as, a tag team reunion in TNA, and that's the only reason that.
But they
Outlaw
stayed together.
Was
they worked the indies. They kept working the indies.
And
they stayed
the
together.
only reason that they got relative in TNA was by ripping off of the DX reunion that WWE was having.
That's kind of true. And also, really quick, we don't know what, like, Triple H, they didn't break up because they wanted to break up. Shawn Michaels got hurt, and then Triple H got hurt. So every time they started getting on a run, someone got hurt. Like, that's a little different from them breaking up.
So, Bear, do you have a vote?
For me, it's New Age Outlaws. I just, Shawn and Triple H will always be two single guys to put together, not a tag team. And your argument was very valid at the time. They wrestled all these teams, but most of those teams were thrown together. They were a joke. No disrespect to any of them, but I mean, who's talking about Jericho now? Who's talking about?
Totally agree.
I was going to say that as well, Bear. When he was naming the teams, I think that goes to show how weak the tag division was at that point. So of course DX stood out and won the tag team title.
And of course, and this is going to sound crappy too. I know it, but I mean, you could use that argument with Triple H on anything, but then someone can come, well, hell, he's got the boss's daughter. Why wouldn't he be there?
Well, there you have it.
The
Outlaws, and even if
I understand.
When you go into the votes, it's everybody has been saying Outlaws,
of course.
Yeah. And Danny, I love your argument, because I was sitting here thinking, okay, let's just outlaw this and get the hell on. But you came with such a great argument.
I love DX.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
For the record, I was waiting until after the votes because I knew we were going to lose. That's totally fine. Recently had my wedding, as we just said.
Have Amy voted yet?
What happened?
It could still tie. I don't think Amy and TV have voted yet.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, they're gonna change their mind.
That would be epic. But the officiant for my wedding actually started the wedding off with the New Age Outlaws, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
That's
And I got
awesome.
really hyped for it and stuff. And I was like, as you were saying, I was like, I'm not going to say it until after the vote because that'll definitely make me lose.
Also, I just want to put out there for my own reputation that despite being a representative of the sharpshooters, I did not agree with a single word Danny said in his argument.
Juice, we need to start a show. We're working with
I am-
Marks, buddy.
I
I'm
am
telling you.
firmly with you, Tanner, in that camp of
Danny, me and you need to
Dang,
start a
dude.
show.
People
So-
can be haters, bro. You know that. Thank you, Crystal. Like ridiculous.
No, hey, A for effort, Danny. I love you,
Look,
but I had to be
as I
known
was
that-
telling Tanner,
We were having the exact
Oh,
same argument.
Danny, I'm sure you can agree. Summer of 2006, that DX reunion, that made the WWE's bump up in pay-per-view cost worth it.
Cool,
was-
man.
it
They
was
did a bunch
epic.
of
It was
skits.
so
So did
good.
Booker T and Goldust,
Yeah,
but they
but
didn't
to
make
have
it past the
them back-
round. It's
then they
no
fought
different than
Todd.
Booker T and Goldust.
No,
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's
a lot different.
extremely
Well,
different
you know what?
than a
Honestly,
3-month
it-
team, two
well-
best friends. Let's calm down there, buddy.
Here's the argument I would say to that. At least Goldust and Booker was a natural, out of nowhere, they worked their butt off team versus DX when you have the ear of the owner and
God
his
forbid two good
daughter-
friends become a tag team,
Yeah,
Bear.
that doesn't change that they were a
What?
good tag team. I'm not talking
Shame
about
on them
what
for
position
being
they were put in.
friends.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels in the ring together were great. I don't
Bear, I
care
agree
who
with
they
you.
They were
faced.
good.
They
I-
were
I-
great.
I would say they were
Shawn
good.
Michaels was great
great.
in the ring.
Not at again.
You're right. You're right.
you're
I'll
talking
knock it down to
singles
good. Goddamn it,
versus
Triple H.
Tag team, and that's just me. I
Oh God.
get the classic of DX versus the McMahons with God in the cage.
Next one.
So now it's
Yeah, what a
time
classic.
for the Usos.
I didn't bring that up for a reason.
The Usos against the Briscoes. Amy, you were so quick to jump on the
This
Usos.
is gonna be
I
crazy.
want to
Yeah.
hear this argument. Or do you just want to go ahead and dip
No.
out again?
No.
Oh,
I
respect
Ooh.
I do like
Ooh.
the Uso. I mean, like I said, they're no FTR. So let me look. See, we made notes. Hold on.
Right.
We're such nerds.
We're all on a wrestling podcast for 2 hours.
I know, right?
We're all nerds.
I know. I
I
know.
don't think the
I don't have
spreadsheets
any
are-
notes here on the side totally on my screen at all.
Yeah. I was
T
like,
Weave has been here so long, it's no longer light outside.
Yeah,
That's right.
So number one, I think the fact that Jimmy and Jay are brothers. I mean, I think that just kind of and twins. I mean, they're twins. I think that definitely adds to that knowing what each other's going to kind of do. They have a longevity. They've been. Let me see. I have the 2010. So we're talking like 15 years that they have been together working as a tag team. Off and on. I mean, most of the time they've been as a tag team, but they have had. Let's see. They. Oh Lord, I'm sorry, I can't see. T-Weave, jump in here anytime. I'm sorry.
Okay. So first off, they're part of one of the greatest wrestling families to exist ever.
True.
And they are brothers, and I know that's not helping against the Briscoes or anything, but
Oh, they're twins though. No.
obviously. But they are very entertaining. They are a tag team, and a lot of these arguments to me are: do you put two guys together and they happen to be good wrestlers, and you make them a tag team, or are they a tag team? And I know WWE has tried to pull Jay up into some singles thing, but I think even with his success in the singles, he is a tag team partner of Jay.
Right.
And that's what they are. That's what I think of when I think of the Usos, because I don't think of them individually. Honestly, for a long time, I couldn't tell them apart. So that's part of the reason. But I think they work well together, and like Amy said, they are brothers, and they can read each other well, and
And that comes off in the ring
it
because
does
they
great
can know
ring
each other
technicians.
and the same actions. They know exactly what. Dave, hush. No. He's obviously we're arguing for the Usos, but
we're kicking Dave out of the Freebirds.
No kidding. I know how awesome the Briscoes are. I don't need your help, Dave. But I do think there is something to be said with the longevity of the Usos. They do know each other's moves. They again, with being twins, there is something about that. They are huge in the WWE. Like they are part of the bloodline, and so they're majorly featured. So you get to see a lot of them in the room, right? And I'm trying to think about yeeting, but I may save that unless there's like unless I need some votes. Well, I'll yeet later.
I think the exact argument that you guys both used for the Usos, you could insert the name Briscoes and you could run the exact same argument with the exception of longevity. You talked about 2010 to present longevity. You're talking about a team in the Briscoes that are not from a wrestling family, that did not have any strings to pull in the big companies. Terry Funk ain't wearing no mouthpiece. That is true. And they didn't need the wrestling family. The longevity from 2002 when they were 16-year-old kids to the time that Jay Briscoe unfortunately passed away on January 24. Is that correct, or 23?
23.
23.
Okay. But the point is, the longevity is a lot more. And Dave actually in the comments had a great point. The Briscoes are worldwide. They've done it and I know that they mainstayed Ring of Honor, and they are 13-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. But on top of that, they popped into Impact. They're Impact Tag Team Champions. They've popped to any indie with any notoriety whatsoever has had the Briscoes as Tag Team Champions, and they were a better promotion for it.
Let's just be honest. If it wasn't for one dumbass tweet, the Briscoe brothers would have been dominating the WWE for the last 10 years, and we all know it.
Yep.
So
let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Go ahead and vote.
Go ahead. Vote on that.
I'm not doing very well with this grouping because I didn't get the Briscoes. I didn't get FTR. Like they're already taken. Like these are guys that I really enjoy watching.
I do feel like the Usos were very much WWE's version of the Briscoes in the way that they carried themselves and the way they were presented and the way that they worked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. They were too different. I think with the Briscoes, they were the common man. No matter what you felt, you could relate to the Briscoes, and their promos were so simple. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Funk ain't wearing no mouthpiece. That's all. I mean, that's all you need to know. The Briscoes.
To me, it doesn't get any better than the Briscoes.
No.
So, this is very easy. Briscoe brothers.
Bear, I'm assuming Briscoe brothers.
Yes.
Amy, Briscoe brothers.
Yes.
Tanner, Briscoe brothers.
All day, every day. Them boys.
And it's
I do love the Briscoes.
We've had 3 sweeps. Oh no. I think they voted for not FTR. Okay. We've had 2 sweeps this tournament.
You all voted for not the Red Dragon.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll into this one. Briscoes and New Age Outlaws. Amy, do you want to make that argument?
Or we can just roll either way.
Or do you just want to roll into some votes?
Let's just roll. Because, I mean, I think we've said enough. I mean, about them.
We're at the point of the night that we hit every time we do one of these lives where we are now beating dead horses left and right.
Sharpshooters. What are you thinking?
I'm sorry, what's the teams? New Age Outlaws and Briscoes?
Briscoes and Outlaws?
Yep.
Yeah, Juice, go ahead.
Yeah, Briscoes.
Bear?
Them boys.
Amy, do you want to go ahead and make this another sweep? Or are you going to stand up for your Outlaws?
No, I like Briscoe better.
Briscoes
all the way.
Briscoes are going to sweep another one here.
This tag team
Alright.
tournament should have been structured better.
It was random.
This was randomized.
Time for beer money and FTR.
Mm.
Whew. Now this is actually a very tough one because I feel like their styles are very similar in the ring.
Bear, since you've been waiting for right, Bear? No, till 5 FTR, correct?
No,
No, I
Bear
do.
has FTR. We have beer
Bear
money.
does. All right. Well, Bear, since I feel like you've been waiting for ages, would you like to go first, or would you like us to go first?
You can go first. Y'all can go first.
Okay.
I thought we
yeah,
had beer
so-
money.
Wait. Oh, that's right. No, I thought we had. I'm confused.
I think we know who they're voting for.
All right. I'm.
I mean, we can go straight to a vote as far
Yeah,
as I'm
Juice, we
concerned.
don't have any more teams in this side.
Yeah, you guys are done.
Yeah,
All right,
we don't
never-
either. We're
I didn't write
done.
that
Oh, wow.
down.
It's voting time.
Right.
Bear,
Never mind. I'm just trying to get some water. All right, my apologies.
beer money or
FTR.
FTR? I know you have FTR. Do you want to make any more of an argument for FTR over beer money?
I don't think it's needed because I think FTR speaks for itself.
I'm jumping ship. And
Yeah,
and
I'm
going
jumping
to
ship
team
to FTR on this
Yeah,
one,
I'm
too.
jumping to team FTR for sure.
I love beer money so much, man. But
I do too, but you can't not. Come
Yeah.
on.
I'm voting for beer money.
Oh,
you are?
I love being able to see them on the screen. No.
I'll vote for beer money with you, Juice.
You guys want to vote for beer money and go to the comments? Or I mean,
Wait,
Well, I
guess-
mean, it's
Well,
not.
it would
tie,
still
right?
be up
never
to.
mind.
It would
Amy
still
and
be up to
Bongler are
Amy.
gonna
Amy and T-Weave.
I
T-Weave.
figured they're gonna.
Yeah, we're FTR. Yeah.
Yeah.
FTR advances then. You
All right,
heard it here
then.
first.
That would have been wild.
There you go, Amy. There they are.
The battle I knew that was going to happen.
Beer money's getting love in the chat. Just saying.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
beer money was a great tag team.
Beer
That's-
money was super over. That was my point originally when we argued them.
Now
I
it's
just
time
I
to look
think
at these two
there's-
tag teams.
I think their biggest problem is their longevity. They wasn't.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
have a long run.
If they had been in the WWE, they would have been.
That's
huge.
what I was saying. I think they should have went to the WWE around 2012, and it
Yeah.
would have been a whole different story.
We hope. We never know what would
That's
actually
true. That's
happen.
true.
if
Yeah.
they go-
Yeah.
that's the other thing.
We hope.
and
You
we
know,
and we know that Vince does not like anything that he did not create.
That's true too.
Yeah,
True.
before
It is.
AJ, you weren't really getting on there and
No.
going on a run. AJ really
Mhm.
changed that all.
He did.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, next teams.
FTR and Briscoes. Bear, do you want to make any
Jesus
argument, or do we
Christ.
want to go to a vote? Because I think we're all going to love both these teams.
Yeah.
I want Bear to give an argument. He hasn't
Okay.
made one
Yeah.
yet, and I don't think it's fair FTR goes this far without any argument.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I was going to say because I really hadn't had to. But let's just look at their accomplishment. You can take either the WWE or outside of WWE. Out in the WWE, they won every tag title. They were the first to win every tag title: NXT, SmackDown, Raw. They had classic matches when NXT was at their hottest, arguably their hottest. They just dominated. Then when they moved up to the main roster and they got crap, they still found a way to win the titles and to make people want more tag team wrestling. Then, on the other hand, once they left, they went on a tremendous run where how many tag teams have won major titles at the same time? And again, I know this is going to be brought up, needs to be brought up, but their classic feud with the Briscoe brothers was just tremendous. And one of the best things about FTR, we talk about versatility. They could wrestle any tag team, high flyers, they could do it easily. And on top of that, they they are not brothers, but they have the connection where one knew what the other one is thinking and what to do without saying a word. And that's super rare in tag team wrestling.
Okay.
I feel like the Briscoes had pretty much the same argument as far as their in-ring ability.
I would say that the two things that you could say about either team is FTR does not have the longevity that the Briscoes have. However, the Briscoes did not have the exposure that FTR had. So you kind of get an even bag there.
Damn, Dave going for the jugular there. Bret Hart bitchcraft. Huh?
Dave, I really was talking positively about you, and you keep talking smack about my hero, Bret Hart, and I'm starting not to like it.
Yeah, till
kicked him out of
well, here's the thing, and I would say to Dave, they didn't just practice it; they made it where people love it and don't necessarily think Bret; they think FTR.
Well,
when
that's
you see
not true.
their matches, it's a classic. You can look at some
Is
of
he
the
really trying to
tag
say that
teams
FTR is better
that
than
that shouldn't have had any great matches, and they made them look like superstars. They could get, as the old saying goes, they could wrestle a broomstick and make it 5 stars.
Maybe 3.5 in the Tokyo Dome.
I only got one thing I want to say, and then I'm ready to vote personally. I love both these teams. I love FTR. My thing is that I just think FTR, when I think of them, it's kind of like the women's tournament when I said that a lot. They're still building their legacy. They're still kind of going. They're the best kind of going right now. But I don't know when I look at the full scope for both of them if I can. I don't know where I would go, but I'm going to work it out with Danny right now. But yeah.
I'm not know how to feel between David and Kevin, or because they're both like, what are we doing, boys? You know how I feel about FTR. I like the Briscoes too, but I feel like in the comments they're both commenting against them.
Well, there you go. You're T-Weave. Are you also pulling for the Briscoes?
No,
I think
no,
you should
no.
be. I think you
I'm
should
not. I purposely did not wear my FTR shirt tonight because I figured we would not get to pick them. So I got a Macho Man shirt on instead. But we got to go FTR.
Sharpshooters.
Yeah, we're going Briscoes. I mean, the main thing I thought of was like they can do the 2 out of 3 falls type matches. Then they can do the hardcore ladder wars. So again, they're just as versatile with all this stuff. I think they're the greatest. I love them.
I love the Briscoes.
I think when you look up the definition of versatility in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of the Briscoes.
Yep.
So we're sticking with Briscoes. Bear.
Yeah, I'm sticking with FTR.
So now we're going to the comments. So
David
chime in
Kevin,
here. FTR or Briscoes. We've already got 2 for the Briscoes. Oh, look at that.
Wait, hold on. So we have
1-1.
Dave's going to win it for him.
2-1.
Dave, you need to find yourself a new
3-1
co-host.
right now. Briscoes FTR.
Briscoes or FTR?
Briscoes or FTR?
Yeah, I think Briscoes won it.
I know I saw Dave and Kevin and that drop kick people. Yeah, Curtis is pulling for FTR.
He's a big
I'm
FTR
not
guy.
making Amy mad. Woo!
All right.
Oh, wait.
I love you, Kevin.
I don't think FTR won based on the votes.
Some people were voting multiple times, it looked like.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Comments.
So,
Tally
okay.
'em up.
Curtis said FTR. Liz said Briscoes. Dave said Dem Boys. Double Dropkick Podcasts. I don't think they voted for anyone.
Yeah, they FTR.
Yeah, they said they're not going to make me mad, so they took FTR.
Oh, I see them later. Okay. Curtis again. Liz already voted. So then they voted for FTR, and then the producer voted for Briscoes. I think Briscoes won.
Call it, Dave. The producer.
You're so terrible. Oh, he's so funny.
Next comment
Next
gets
comment
it.
will determine the winner.
Oh.
Ooh.
New
Is it bad if I get on there and comment, or is that okay? No.
Next new comment or comment?
New comment.
You imagine?
I'm glad you made that point of emphasis.
Oh, Briscoe. Okay.
Oh,
double. Well,
somebody, aka my wife, should chime in with the Briscoes.
Wow, we got a comment for each of them at the exact same time.
Yes.
Oh, another Briscoe.
One had to come in first.
Go on. Give me another Briscoe.
I think, unless someone else comes in with FTR, I think Briscoe.
Next comment that pops up's the winner. Jesus.
Wait, but Crystal and Rebecca said Briscoes and Chandler said FTR. That's 2-1.
There we go. Briscoes.
Briscoes win.
Them boys.
There you go. Them boys.
Top 5.
Congratulations.
Whoa! Oh, wait.
Oh my God.
Wait, Kenzie just came in with FTR.
Ah! We need another vote.
All right. I know how to settle this. I know a fair way of settling this. It's just a tie. Because
now, Dave, you can't do it. No, that's Dave.
We ain't pulling no ties. Mark out moments are pulling for the Briscoes.
That's new blood.
What?
Okay, I think
that's Dave.
Dave is doubling down.
Crystal, maybe you should vote.
Jesus. No, that's Amy.
Oh,
I was
did.
just like, God damn it.
Amy.
All right. Unless Mark out moments,
So we
Mark out moments got Briscoes.
Okay,
win.
good.
Congratulations to the Briscoes.
Jesus,
Very
that was
good.
crazy.
Very good.
Everyone stop commenting. The Briscoes have won this.
The Briscoes are advancing now.
That's right.
To the
They've won
finals.
this side. And now we hit the finals, guys.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy C.
Well, the finals of the modern era.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
that's
finals of the modern era.
That's
yeah,
right.
not the finals.
So we've got the Briscoes and the Machine Guns. A return engagement, if you will.
Let's vote.
Pun intended, because that was their second match in ROH.
There you go.
All right.
Well, I will go first since no one's saying anything. Them boys.
I think
Also,
we have to agree with Professor. I think.
Them
I
boys.
mean, I do.
Them boys right here.
Them boys.
Yeah, we have the guns, and we're also going with the Briscoes.
The Briscoes
It's-
have swept.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to the Briscoes for winning the modern bracket of this tournament.
Yay!
So, do we want to settle this now? The Steiner brothers, who won last night, they won the classic bracket, available on YouTube and Facebook everywhere. For anybody that's not seen it yet, that might be tuning in today.
Spoiler alert.
Or is it the Briscoes?
Brothers versus brothers.
I'm gonna do it again. Go first, and I'm gonna say as much as I loved and grew up on the Steiners, it's them damn boys. It's just something about their wrestling skills. No matter who they go up against, even with powerhouses, you could be technical. Them boys were just. It's something about them rednecks that just made you love what they did.
Yep.
They're very
Couple of
charismatic.
chicken farmers
I
from
think
Delaware.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, the charisma that they have is undeniable. And
Absolutely.
I think I don't know where he went. I think Terry, are you good with going with the Briscoes?
This is very tough because, like Professor said, I grew up on the Steiners and have always said the Steiners are my favorite all-time tag team. But this is very difficult, and I'm good with going with them boys.
Okay.
There you
We're
have
going
it.
with the Briscoes then.
Well,
There we have it. I'm guessing that Danny and Juice are 100% Briscoes. Y'all
sticking
don't
with the
even need to-
Briscoes.
Yes, we're going with the Briscoes as well.
There you
Well, I
are,
agree
the
with
greatest
that.
tag team of all time. Hashtag verified. Them boys, the Briscoes.
And I would say this for the Briscoes never being on a national television show speaks volumes of how many people talk about everything they've done. And one, I know it's different now in the modern age, but they actually won the Crockett Cup. Also.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah, and the Impact Tag Team titles, House of Glory Tag Team Champions,
IWGP Tag Team Champions.
Yep. Oh, what is it? Game Changer Tag Team.
That's right. GCW Tag Team Champions. Yep.
You know what I think has been so great about this tournament is that really quarterfinals on, we're really struggling to find. It just depends on the matchup. I mean, you really did the Briscoes, Beer Money, FTR. You know, you really have great tag teams.
Yeah.
In the modern era that you get to talk about, and so I think it was. I mean, a different bracket could have caused a different result because they are all that good and they have lots of great points to them.
I agree with you 100%. And like you said, just imagine if the Briscoes were in the other bracket and FTR they were separated. Could they have still ran the gauntlet to meet each other?
That's what's interesting about these tournaments. And as usual, you know, we really enjoy doing these kind of things. And we appreciate all of you guys for being here and being a part of this as usual. Terry, it was great to see you make your debut here for a Till 5 tournament, tagging in for Dave. And yeah, we had a lot of fun as usual, guys.
Yeah. It was a great time. Thank you as always for having
wonderful.
us.
Thank you for having us.
And I promise you, next time I'm gonna free bird it. Yo,
Okay.
I'm gonna have backup.
Well, don't do that because we're on Facebook.
So say, what do you mean by that? Uh-oh.
We're on Facebook, Bear. You can't be freebirding live on camera.
This isn't the 80s anymore.
Look, as Michael Hayes once said, I'm a free bird. What's your excuse?
That's only on OnlyTans, and you can find that at www.onlytans.com
/Professor
/ Team Canada.
Oh, God.
It was a great time. Thank you so much.
Joe's dead. Kick him off. Let's run the credits. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the show.
Peace out, everybody.
Thanks, them boys. Top pod.
Congratulations.
Out.
Thank you all. We'll do this again. We'll have to figure out a new topic for the next.
That's right.
Maybe we'll do some, maybe an Intercontinental Championship.
That'd be a cool one.
That could be a fun one.
All right, guys. Until next time, Top Pod out.